It's Friday, baby. Hey there, boys. How's it going on this great Friday morning? Hopefully it's going good too. Appreciate you guys kicking off a day with me here and kicking off a weekend, which is always going to be money-making weekend. Feels good. We got some MLB. We, of course, got soccer action. Plenty of things to go ahead, talk our sports, and talk our sports betting as well. I also want to know, what is your favorite play in the Final Four? I need your favorite play in each of those games. Let's go ahead and cook ourselves up a little two-legged parlay. So give me your favorite play for the semifinals down in the comments section. Let's go ahead and dive on into the recap, and then let's do some MLB and soccer. Let's go ahead and roll out the bets for Money Making Weekend. Going ahead and throwing up that recap. We, of course, only had the one play, and boy, we may be really cooking in baseball these days in the opening week of the MLB season, but soccer sure is tripping us up. We've got 4 losses on the week in soccer, and Liverpool team total in that first half was the latest loss. They get 1 goal. We're on the hook. That goal was certainly, obviously, fluky and extremely lucky. Darwin Nunez pressing the goalkeeper into just a bad mistake. Just held on to the ball too long, and Darwin's obviously able to get on into that and deflect that one in the back of the net. So, okay, you get 25 or so more minutes to go ahead and find it, but not a lot of great chances, and obviously they were only able to get that, and then they barely pull out the win. If you guys were like me yesterday, you were treated to one of the greatest, viewing experiences in sports, right? Were you watching the first half of Man United and Chelsea, which was obviously an absolute cracker of a first half? The game goes 2-2. But if you were watching it on USA and you were sitting there thinking, okay, this game goes to halftime, let me flip it over to Peacock and catch the ending of Liverpool-Sheffield and see if maybe Sheffield can do us a solid. They want to go ahead and screw us in the bet. Let's see if they can't go ahead and get Liverpool to drop some points. You change over to Peacock, and within 30 seconds, you get that McAllister stunner of a rocket of a shot in the back of the net. So great for the viewing experience to flip it over and get treated to an instant goal, and a really good goal there by McAllister. And then obviously they hold out there for the 3-1 win over Sheffield. So yeah, lose the only play on the day. Tough one right there. If you followed my couple leans there in game 1 of the Tigers, then you were able to pull in some profit, as I was able to do on the day. But in official plays, nope, couldn't quite get it done. Down 1 unit, down on the week, 0.41 units. And of course, we always have some arbitrage to add to our fun this weekend, which will be fun on Money Making Weekend. So, all right, if you guys hung out with me earlier on Twitter, I did one of those Twitter lives. I mentioned not being able to go on Twitter live anymore for games because rightfully so, YouTube and TikTok and what have you, they want to slap your wrists when you're showing the game. I get it, but that doesn't stop us from getting on Twitter live and hanging out and talking shop. So we were able to do that for 30 or so minutes this morning. Really enjoyed you guys that were able to join and throw in some comments and throw in some questions. We'll look to do those probably a few times, I would say every week. I kind of like sitting here. My handicapping's done. I like to do all my handicapping the night before so I can really jump on opening lines. But you're always still doing some handicap in the morning, and I think that's just a fun way to hang out. So look for to continue those, throughout the rest of the season, and certainly continue those on into next week. So Brian and Kyle, what's going on, fellas? What is going on? What is going on, boys? All right, let's see what we got. What do we got today? Pull up the notes here. Well, we'll go ahead and throw up the soccer bets here first. We of course broke these down yesterday on Between the Posts. We'll go ahead and roll with the Erling Haaland to go ahead and get a goal at -145. They certainly come back into the squad, he was in the squad, come back into the starting 11. And De Bruyne will also come back into the starting 11. Obviously, both of them were fully rested midweek against Aston Villa. They'll come back into the squad against Crystal Palace this weekend at Selhurst Park. So Erling Haaland will bag a goal. He's not playing up against a top 5 team where he's only gotten 1 goal in the season. He loves the bottom feeders of the team. I'm not suggesting he's a bad striker in any way, in any form, but he feasts on the bottom feeder teams, and the good boys can shut him down. Crystal Palace is anything but a good team in the Premier League. So give me Haaland to bag a goal at -145, and then if you've been watching Between the Posts for, I don't know, better part of 2 months, Matt stumbled on an absolute gem here in Luton Games. You're outside of that game against Arsenal. They've scored in every single game. And outside of Arsenal and Liverpool recently, they're losing. To be fair, they're losing, but they're not losing by a margin. They're usually able to keep them to 1-goal losses. Well, you're getting Luton plus 1.5, so obviously a 1-goal loss is just fine with us as long as both teams find the back of the net, and expect Bournemouth to find the back of the net with Solanke and the boys. So give me Matt's play. I think it's a really good one. Go ahead and ride it at minus 128. I will, after we do MLB, we'll circle back. We've, of course, got that $5 free bet over on ESPN Bet that we earned midweek with their first basket promo. We'll go ahead and put together a $5 free roll here in the Premier League. We'll do that live here on the show after we cover the MLB. What do we got there in MLB? I've, of course, already tweeted all 4 of these plays. I just wanted to bring down the juice on the Yankees money line. It's just a little too juicy for my liking. Minus 155, minus 160. I know we did play the Red Sox money line the other day at minus 160, but I just wanted to drive down the juice, so I'll do Jays team total under 5.5 at minus 125. Reds on the money line at minus 116. Padres and Giants over 7.5 at minus 115. Phillies team total. That's going to be your best bet of the day. Phillies team total over 4.5. Let's go ahead and talk these games and justify these bets of why you should come along with me. So if we look at this, take them off the top here. We'll go Yankees, Blue Jays game first. Well, Blue Jays are the worst team right now versus right-handers. They're hitting 144. We all know versus right-handers you've got more than a good sample size, so you can trust the numbers when it's against a right-hander. Left-handers, you got to do a little bit of projection. But against right-handers, there's real numbers. They're hitting 141. They're only slugging 242 with the weighted runs created of 51. They don't really know Stroman as much as the Yankees know Kikuchi, obviously, with Stroman being new and Kikuchi being a regular there at Toronto the past few seasons. So the Yankees are about league average versus left-handers. 60 plate appearances is low, certainly, than what you would expect at a normal time of year. They know Kikuchi, expect them to have success, but then we're really just looking at this Yankees bullpen and just saying, God damn, this Yankees bullpen. Home run per 9 is .32, ERA 1.27, FIP of 3.36, whip of 1.16. They're just doing it all better than that Toronto bullpen. Yankees coming off an off day. They'll be able to deploy that bullpen however they want. The Blue Jays bullpen struggling. 4.94 ERA, 6.43 FIP, a 242 as bonus batting average, and they're giving up the long ball. 2.28 home runs per 9 pitches is that bullpen. So give me the better starter in Marcus Stroman. Give me the better offense in the Yankees. And give me by far the better bullpen in the checks all the boxes. Just didn't like quite the amount of juice being asked for the Yankees, so wanted to bring it down. Let's go ahead and look at Reds money line. They're going to go ahead and take on the Mets today, which also you could, if we're doing normal payoff pitch, 6th inning next week, I'll be doing it. It's a steal. I have to give you my Nerfy of the day. 6th inning, it's a steal. Nerfy of the day. Here's your Nerfy of the day. Neither of these teams have scored a run in the first inning. Okay, we've got a week or so. We don't know, in terms of the realness of the numbers, but they're one of 5 teams on the season that have not scored a run in the first season. The Mets and the Reds have not scored a run. So there's your Nerfy of the day. Overall, though, we know this Mets team is struggling, right? They've got the second worst batting average versus right-handers, 152. No power to the plate at 238. Their weighted runs created is 46. The reason why we like the Tigers up against the Mets this week. Just a struggling team. Reds don't have as good a bullpen as the Tigers. In fact, nobody has a good bullpen when you are comparing them to the Tigers. But the numbers are good enough that I like them from a Reds standpoint. And I also get the Reds coming off an off day where their bullpen can be deployed how they want. Mets used, obviously, a lot of bullpen arms in a doubleheader yesterday. So, slightly better bullpen. I'll go ahead and take there in the Reds. Much better offense in the Reds. And I like Hunter Green up against, Jose Quintana. So that's another game where it just checks all the boxes. Check, check, check. And they're giving me minus 116. Yeah, you can go ahead and sign me up on that one. Third play here, Padres and Giants. It's a little bit of a system play. Also, we are betting the numbers, so it's not full-on system play. When I mean system play is I like to gravitate towards matchups and the over when you're getting a repeat pitching matchup within the same week. And obviously, this is the exact same pitching matchup from 5 days ago. Dylan Cease up against Jordan Hicks. That game even went over. The F5 stayed under. These guys do have both strikeout stuff. Remember, we were on Jordan Hicks over 4.5 Ks. They're giving you that price again at plus 115. You want to take a stab on it? I don't know, just too much. I just don't like the repeatness, so I'm not gonna go ahead and take a stab at it. But bullpen wise here, oh God, ugly ass numbers. Let's go ahead and find them here. We'll talk about the. So we talk about on a daily basis home runs per 9, FIP, ERA, WHIP, and opponent's batting average are the main 5 categories we talk about on a consistent basis here. All 5 of those numbers, they're in the bottom 10 except for the Padres whip. Everything's in the bottom 10 of the MLB. And I mean just gross numbers. 6.59 ERA. 6.08 ERA. 252 opponents batting average. 283 opponents batting average. Giving up all kinds of home runs. 1.69, 1.32. Again, all those numbers, and I didn't even touch on all of them. I didn't touch on the FIP that's disgusting at 5.51 and 5.64. Every one is bottom 10 of the MLB except for the Padres whip. Yeah, 2 really struggling bullpens. Offenses, Padres actually have nice numbers. Giants are league average. Padres offense sits top 10 versus right-handers. Repeat pitching matchup. Sign me up. 2 ugly bullpens. This is a no-brainer over 7.5. And then Phillies team total over 4.5. That's going to go ahead and be your best bet of the day. If you want to do the Phillies, F5 money line, F5 run line, F5 team total, I didn't do all those. I did the F5 team total over 2.5 at -115. But I don't want to ignore the Nationals bullpen. If I haven't hit the F5 team total, I want a piece of this Nationals bullpen to try and get to the over 4.5 because it's not good right now. 270 opponents batting average, a 1.64 whip, a 4.9 FIP. And we're looking at these Phillies batters taking on Patrick Corbin today. Realmuto, 344 is his average. Harper hits 282. Baum hits 364. Schwarber hits 333. Stott hits 400. For whatever reason, Castellanos and Turner are 2 guys. Like, Turner's 0 for 6 against Corbin. Like, they just can't go 0 for much longer up against Patrick Corbin, especially getting the righty on lefty split. Like, he's eventually going to get hit off his ass. And Castellanos, for some reason, is only 2 for 11, only hit 182. Those 2 guys can continue to struggle based on the other batting averages in that lineup, but something tells me those boys aren't going to struggle today against Patrick Corbin. So he obviously cashed everything against the Reds, cashed the F5 team totals. A little dramatic with late home runs, but that's what the guy does. He serves up home runs. Bullpen came in, wet the bed. It was 7-6. It's the best bet of the day. Give me that Phillies team total over 4.5 is your best bet of the day. Let's go ahead and jump on into rapid fire. Then I do have an MLB free roll already queued up, ready to go ahead and get out at you guys. We'll run through rapid fire, and then I'll do that, and that obviously lets you know what I like, what I really like. So rapid fire time, and then we start off next week doing a full episode of Payoff Pitch. So, and of course, on next week's episode of Payoff Pitch, you can get, we'll give you guys a little taste here. We'll pop these down for a second. Next week, when we talk baseball, we'll be doing it on our Payoff Pitch format, which is right here. Quick hits. I'll just give you my opening thoughts on today's MLB slate. What do I think about today's MLB slate? You'll find out in quick hits. Around the bases, I'll take 2 games, break them down in full detail, and give you a lean or a pick in each of those games. We call it Shut Up and Pitch. I'll go ahead and give you my favorite pitching props of the day. Long shots. What's your dog of the day? Don't be scared of betting the dogs. 4th inning long shots. I'll tell you what my dog of the day is. Keep swinging. We got to give some respect to the hitters, so we'll give you some hitting props on keep swinging. It's a Steal will be my Nerfy of the day. Nerfy of the day and It's a Steal. Coming to a Stretch will be your best bet of the day. As Squirrel likes to say, if you're just looking for a win, he'll give you something that's -200. I'll keep it under -150, but it's just like I need a win, man. Need a win. Coming to a Stretch will be the best bet of the day. Double play will be my favorite parlay of the day. Rarely will those make the cards, but I'm here. I'm a man of the people, so I like to give you my parlay of the day. Closer, I'll let you know what are my best bets. We'll run through a lot of those innings, 9 innings. I'll give you a lot of leans. All that shit won't make the card. Hang around for the closer inning, and I'll tell you what actually made the card. And, of course, Payoff Pitch always ends with a little rapid fire. We'll go ahead and jump into right now. Blue Jays and Yankees with an over-under of 8.5. Blue Jays +124. Yankees -148. Shit, it's getting in the territory where you don't even need to tack on a juice reducer. Who the hell's been betting on the Blue Jays? Who the hell's betting on league worst average versus right-handers? Marcus Stroman coming off a really good outing against the Astros. Marcus Stroman saying, I don't want to pitch opening day. I want that home opener in the Bronx. Who the hell is betting on the Blue Jays? Who the hell is fading this Yankees bullpen? This elite Yankees bullpen? Shit, I'll probably go in for another unit. Yankees every which way. You want to take a run line, go for it. Athletics and Tigers with an over-under of 7.5. Athletics +200. Tigers come in at -245. This one's a sneaky under here. We know this Tigers bullpen is one of the elite ones in baseball. right, better numbers than the Yankees. I mean, they're absolutely elite. Is that bullpen? Neither team is hitting left-handers. You do got to give respect to the Athletics, and 31 plate appearances. They're better than the Tigers' 60 plate appearances. So you can see both of them though have low plate appearances. So what do you make of the numbers? Probably just avoid the under, even though I like the under. And obviously, it's the Tigers every which way. Dodgers and Cubs with an over-under of 7.5. Dodgers minus 185. Cubs at plus 154. You're getting the Cubs on Friday afternoon here in Wrigley with big game Kyle Hendricks on the mound. Yeah, I'll take the Dodgers on the money line. I already got to look at that team bus at the Ritz this morning. The fans are ready to greet them on their way to Wrigley. Yeah, Dodgers minus 185. Give me the better starter. Give me the better bullpen. Give me the better offense. But I will take the over 7.5. You got to give respect to that Cubs offense. So over 7.5 minus 185 for the Dodgers. Rays and Rockies over under of 12.5. Rays minus 170. Rockies plus 142. I see what the wind is doing out in Colorado. You would think it's going to be long ball over. Probably just stick with the Rays. Rockies aren't hitting well enough. Maybe they turn up in their first home game of the year. Austin Gomber, dog shit pitcher. Just give me the Rays at minus 170. Orioles and Pirates over under of 7.5. Orioles minus 135. Pirates plus 114. If we're doing the payoff pitch and we're in the fourth inning long shots, this is probably your dog of the day today. Your Pittsburgh Pirates plus 114. I'll also like the under 7.5. Two bullpens that rank in the top 10. You get the better offense than the Pirates. That's why I like them, though, on the money line. Jared Jones, we saw him pitch good in his MLB debut 5 days ago. See if he can't keep it rolling. I like the under 7.5. Pirates plus 114. Padres and Giants, you know I like the over. I have no desire trying to predict the winner against two dog shit bullpens. I mean, which one's going to wet the bed the least? I'm not trying to predict that. I'm just gravitating towards it over 7.5. It's a pretty easy play for me, and just avoid the winner. Mets and Reds over under of 9, plus 105 for the Mets, minus 125. We're, of course, locked in on minus 116. You know how I feel about that game. Phillies and Nationals over under of 8. Phillies minus 185, Nationals plus 154. Phillies bullpen ain't much better than that Nationals, so I would definitely like the over in this one, and like the over more than trying to predict the winner. Of course, I'm on the Corbin fade, justified it. It's not just the Corbin fade, it is full-on justified as well. I like the over 8 more than I like trying to predict a winner in that game. Diamondbacks and Braves over under of 9. Diamondbacks plus 230. Braves minus 285. Wish we had more plate appearances from the Braves from a left-handed hitting standpoint, because they're hitting 226 versus left-handers. Yeah, we know that's not a real number. That offense is much better than that. I'm going to, of course, take the Braves. I'm definitely going to take the Braves. But yeah, I mean, if maybe they are scuffling against left-handers coming out of the gate, I'm not laying minus 285. So I'm not betting it, because that is a scary number. But that can't be a real number. That offense is too goddamn good. So I'll take the Braves. Diamondbacks actually do grade out with a little bit of a better bullpen. So if you get into a game where, if the Braves are unable to hit Tommy Henry because maybe they are scuffling against left-handers, you don't want to be holding on to that minus 285 with the Diamondbacks having a better bullpen. So overall, just to stay away from me. But I'll take the Braves at minus 285 for a rapid-fire lean. White Sox and Royals over-under of 8. White Sox plus 160. Royals minus 192. We'll just stick to what we said yesterday, and who gives a shit about an over and under? Just take the better team up and down. Better offense, better bullpen. Singer versus Fetty. Whatever. Whoever shows up on the day is, can get it done. But I'm just going to take the better team, just like we said yesterday. And what the over hit in a 10-1 game. Probably an over is going to hit again today, though. If you do want to take an over and under, probably do over 8. Astros and Rangers over under of 9.5. Astros minus 135. Rangers plus 114. I would also be on the Rangers today at plus 114. Mariners and Brewers over under of 8. There you go. That's helping me out. If you were on Twitter live earlier, you said it. You know that I like the under. We're waiting to see if the public could do us a favor. They've gotten us up a half a run off of 7.5 to 8. I like the under 8. I would take the Brewers also at minus 120. Red Sox and Angels over under of 9. This one's gone up. This was my initial, thought off the top of the head was take the over. The public seems to agree. It's come off of 8.5. It's sitting at 9. Red Sox minus 108. Angels minus 112. I'll just take the Red Sox at minus 108. I can't. The offenses aren't great. Bullpens are decent. Tough over under. Tough one. That one's good. Watch that game finish either 8 or 9. Like that's not a game that's gonna go like 6 or 10. You're gonna be right on that one. I'll take the Red Sox. It's the better team. They grade out better across the board. I'll take the Red Sox. Let's catch a comment if any came in, and then we'll throw up the MLB free roll. Appreciate the nice comments, my man. Appreciate it. Tigers money line. Oh, there you go. You took the leans yesterday. Tigers money line, and you took him over 3.5 Ks. I, of course, went 2 for 3 because I was also on the outs prop. But with the Tigers being at plus 120, turned to profit. Love that you made it. Love to hear that, my man. Nice hit. I will say the favorite player prop today, I meant to say that in rapid fire and I forgot. Favorite player prop today is Griffin Canning under 6.5 Ks. I bought it at minus 115. Let's see what the current price is. Minus 135. I'm locked in at minus 115. It, of course, is not an official play, but you had to work that shit on up into a free roll. Morning there, Tim. I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Yankees on the money line, Tigers on the money line, Dodgers on the money line. I'll do an alternate line. I like the under in Orioles Pirates, but you start talking parlays, and who hasn't lost a parlay by one leg before? So we'll go ahead and knock that one up to under 10.5. We'll do the same thing in Mariners Brewers. We'll knock that up to under 9.5. Best MLB K prop of the day, Griffin Canning under 6.5 makes the free roll as well. Let's cook up in a Premier League free roll. Let's hop over to ESPN Bet. Use our $5 free bet. We'll get one more action up in here on Money Making Weekend. Keep the MLB questions coming. I love talking MLB. You guys know after 2 seasons of doing payoff pitch, I could talk some MLB. Just love the volume. Obviously not a weekend, but normally love the volume of data. The numbers, and I love crunching it. And, as you know from the payoff pitch, I actually enjoy watching the MLB now. That pitch clock, I couldn't tell you how many rule changes they've incorporated in the last 5 years, but that is easily number one best rule change Mansfield, or whatever his name is, introduced into the game. Makes it enjoyable. All right, free roll Premier League. Crystal Palace ain't getting the goddamn goal against City, so I'll take Man City on the clean sheet. Everton, Burnley, pass. Wolves, West Ham, pass. Villa, Brentford. I'm going Villa. I don't know. I'm going Villa to score 2 more. I'm going to actually back that up, not take the money line. Yeah, minus 185. I don't know what lineup Unai Emery decided to do against Man City. That was confusing. I think even Oli Watkins is back off the injury report. Hold on. Let me see if Oli Watkins is off the injury report. I think I saw he was. But either way, he didn't play Leon Bailey. He didn't play Tillemans. McGinn no longer has a red card suspension. I mean, those are Oli Watkins is out with a thigh injury. Okay, whatever. Not ideal, but McGinn should come back in. Leon Bailey should come back in. Tillemans should come back in. Really weird lineup he played on against City. I guess he just waved a white flag and said, whatever. Martinez is ill. Great. Hopefully they can concede a bunch and need to score a bunch. I like it. Give me that Villa team total over 1.5. Luton and Bournemouth. No reason to put that in the free roll because we got to play there. Fulham Newcastle. This is the game. This is the game where if you got the stones, take Fulham on the money line. If you want to trust home and away splits, these are 2 of the 3 teams we talk about that are dramatic in the Premier League. These 2 in Brighton. I can't do it. I'm going to do the both teams scoring over 2.5. I'm going to do the both teams scoring over 2.5. Let me find it. What are they charging me? Minus 145. Sounds right. Brighton and Arsenal. Matt likes this game to go under. Last time I did that on a Matt under, Foden gave me the big FU. We're, of course, not hating on Matt by any stretch. We would never do that on anybody's pick that loses. It's all, it was justified, and I liked it and went along with it. So I'm not going to do an under, though. I always say don't do unders in City and Arsenal games, and yeah, not going to do it there. So what does that pay? 3-legged parlay was $5 pay. $5 gets me 19. I'll do that. There's no reason to make this parlay that crazy, and then maybe we can flip it come Sunday. So I'll hit it. $5 free bet. Bam. Bet placed. Screenshot this sucker. All right, I did Man City clean sheet. Man City, I'll type it here in the chat. Man City clean sheet. Villa. TT over 1.5. And the classic Fulham versus Newcastle. That's your Premier League free roll. Adrian, what you got? Anyone tail that Inter Miami, Montero, both teams scored 2.5? Yeah, Corey was in the chat yesterday. He said Adrian's 2-0 this week. He gave you some love, man. Corey gave you some love. 2-0. You get Club America money line plus 115. You gave out that minus 110 banger. Corey was in the chat giving you some love, my man. I did not tail either one. Just, I don't know, just forgot or something. I don't know. Just didn't get around to it. I think I more forgot. But 2 great plays, Adrian. Keep them coming, man. Who's, before we leave, boys, I need your favorite play in each basketball game. We got a risk-free token to go ahead and use over on BetMGM. We've got live number of our arbitrage cash is $24.43. They're, of course, giving us a risk-free bet up to $25, so it's time to empty the tank and spend this $24.43. See if we can't flip it. Where's Taylor when you need him? Where's Taylor when you need him in his basketball bangers that he always gives us? Where is? Let's do a little bit. Let's do 2 other things while we wait on any basketball comments. If you'd like to see anybody who likes to hit dingers today, let's see who could hit a dinger today. And again, this is Swish Analytics. I'll put this down in the chat. I'll also put this in the description of the video. If you want to know batting averages or batting success, or not success, I guess, up against today's starter, use Swish Analytics. It is down in the comments section. If we look, and you can see Aaron Judge has 2 home runs off of Kikuchi to be tied for the lead. Schwarber also has 2 homers off Corbin. Baum has 2 home runs off Corbin. Real Molto has 2 home runs off Corbin. And 2 more guys today are tied for the lead today with 2. Kiermaier's got 2 off Stroman, and Pete Alonso's got 2 off of Hunter Green. That off of Hunter Green is 2 homers and 6 plate appearances, so that's pretty nice. So was Schwarber's was pretty good. He's 5 for 15 with 2 bombs. Real Moto 11 for 32 with 2 bombs. Probably wouldn't do. Probably would have to just look at the odds and try and make a determination of which of those dudes I would go ahead and pick. But who can we fade today? Let's see maybe who you could fade. Hey, I love taking under hits props. That's always fun. Let's see who's got a lot of plate appearances but never done a damn thing off somebody. We know Castellanos, but I ain't going there. We know Turner. I'm not going there. Oh, here's somebody's 0 for 17. Jorge Soler has never hit Dylan Cease. He's 0 for 17 with 10 strikeouts. What's it cost for this dude to get a freaking K today? Let me see. Let's see. Jorge Soler. Let's see. Strikeouts. Here he is. To get 2 Ks plus 115. They don't give you the 0.5 line, so can't take that. Okay. Well, he should suck today. 0 for 17, 10 Ks. Let's see who else we can get. Who else has not done a damn thing? Giancarlo Stanton. Oh, I love fading that bum. He's 1 for 14 off Kikuchi. He's awful. 1 for 14 off Kikuchi. You would think he'd be able to barrel that shit up by that left-hander and just smash it, but nope. Eddie Rosario. He's 2 for 23 lifetime against Aaron Nola with 11 Ks. Probably fade Eddie Rosario. Let's see what his numbers are for the hell of it. That's not what I want to do. Okay, no hitter props on that game. They don't want you making some crazy same game parlay where it's the full on Corbin fade. Oh, here it is. Eddie Rosario to get a K is minus 230. Yeah, the numbers should say that should happen. That should be a parlay piece. All right, let's see what we got. Steven, Mike in UConn has been unstoppable. Purdue should win, but look for the state to keep it closer than 9.5. All right, 9 NC State plus 9.5. We'll go ahead and drop that in. We need the other game. Can't do UConn money line. It's minus 750. Are they covering minus 12? Or is Bama keeping it close? Or are we going over under 160? Here we go. Adrian's coming in. The Mexican League bet Pumas money line plus 170. All right. Circle back on that. I need another bet here. We got NC State plus 9.5. Is that what the chat agrees with? NC State plus 9.5. We need Bama plus 11.5. UConn minus 11.5. Or an over under 160. What are we feeling there, boys? Where's Taylor? Is this a first half under, Taylor? Where you at, my man? Help us out. Help us out, dog. What do we got, boys? NC State plus 9.5. Going with it. Need something else, though. Might as well parlay it. It's risk-free. Get it back in a bonus bet. UConn, just from a box score perspective, they look like they're a fucking freight train. You don't mess with them. Over under 160? What has Bama been doing? What do their games look like? Not that you need to research it. Like the books are giving you a free bet, right? Like, oh, this is a slam dunk over. No. It wouldn't be a slam dunk. I'm just curious. Let's see what we got. Alabama versus UConn. Let's see. UConn's game against Illinois went under by a ton. Holy hell. That's 129. Went way under. Their game against San Diego State went under. This game against Northwestern went way under. Even this game against Stetson went under. Marquette went under. So they've gone under in their last 5. The last over was St. John. Yeah, doing my math right. Yeah, that's all right. And then they went right back to an under against Xavier, under against Providence, under against Marquette. I'm assuming Bama's the one bringing all the offense into this game. Like, fuck. They played last year, 2022. They stayed under. Total was 149. Why am I not on the under? Bama against Clemson would have just gone over by 11 points. They went over against North Carolina, under against Grand Canyon, over against Charleston, over against Florida. Wow, so one team stays under, one team stays over. Interesting. Wow, UConn hadn't lost in forever. All the way back since Creighton, February. Wow, they're good. I'll do the under. What the hell? I only live once. The under feels under. I like that. The under. Under in a championship-ish kind of game. Final Four. All right, that's what we'll do. We'll do NC State plus 9.5. Steven coming in with a couple bangers here. And we're going to go and do the under 160. No tease lines and a risk-free shit. Not how we roll. 25. Oh, no, I can't put 25 on it. I can only put $24.43. I don't have $25 in arbitrage cash. That'll give us 85. That'll give us 0.86 units we could add to the bankroll. Or if it misses, we'll get a $24.43 free bet, and we'll use that Sunday in the MLB. Because that's how it rolls. So under 160.5 in Bama, Connecticut. NC State plus 9.5. MGM just said, how do you rate my app? And I said down. Even if it's great, I'm going to say down. Just make that shit better. I don't want you thinking I like your app. Make it better. Your app is actually fine. DraftKings has still got the best layout. The way you can just sort stuff, DraftKings whips everybody's ass. Their app's better. Not even close. All right. Those are the free rolls. I'll go through them again. Or I'll throw the soccer one up on the screen. The basketball one is NC State plus 9.5. Bama, UConn is going to stay under 160.5. But I would really worry about the unit plays, boys. That's where you're going to make your money. That's where you're going to decide to deploy one of your units on each of those bets. Holland to bag a goal at minus 145 up against Crystal Palace. Luton's going to keep it close, but both teams will find the back of the net at minus 128. Look for the Yankees to put a little lunch money in your pocket because the game starts in the afternoon in the Bronx. Minus 125 for their money line, and the Blue Jays to stay under 5.5. Reds on the money line, minus 116. Padres Giants over 7.5. Best bet of the day, Phillies team total over 4.5. Lock it in, boys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, kicking off money making weekend. We've had profit in 5 straight weeks. Will we be able to overcome this week's deficit at down 0.41 units? Will we ring the cash register on Monday for the 6th straight week? Find out on Monday's show. Have a good weekend, boys, and let's cash them. Good luck with your bets.